Full Metal Ox coming at you. Day 312 of the hero's journey. It's your boy Noxoma here for another 15 minutes of fame. Hey gang, we are going to briefly get into some current events by acknowledging that this is the first anniversary of the, what's it called, the J6 or the 1/6 protest / insurrection in Washington, D.C. And the way we humans, and particularly Americans, like to do, this is how our holidays seem to pop up, over significant events. Now, I have not been really deep into this, but kind of following out of the side of my eye, and I am very much not surprised that federal security service agents or informants or assets are involved. This has been a practice, particularly of the FBI, going way back to the beginning of J. Edgar Hoover's term there. And you may have already heard the word COINTELPRO, and it's when FBI assets, informants, and sometimes agents infiltrate a group or an association that is supposed to be dangerous to the security of the country. Maybe at some point this year we will have an audio book of the month that describes how the FBI's COINTELPRO and other covert plans were exposed. Great news, my friends. You can now support this channel with cryptocurrency donations. I think we're accepting Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Doge and Zcash, and all of those codes are in the description box. Of course, it's not necessary, but if you find yourself enjoying this journey and want to support it, then we will most certainly appreciate your donation. Peace. So getting back to podcasts and podcasters, I expect to be redirecting this podcast more towards what we've been talking about the last few days, and that is overall life enhancement. Higher levels of health, higher levels of energy, higher levels of activity, lower levels of malaise, lower levels of that feeling blah, of the brain fog, and definitely lower levels of ignorance as to what's happening in the country and what led up to this. This is why I put the links to the videos that I watch in the description, and why we're having the audio book of the month club. So I hope you will join us for that. All you got to do is just follow the link and listen to the book. And if you want to, write a review, or if you want to, you can just say in the comments that you are reading it and share it with your friends, man, especially if you dig the information and find it helpful, because they will probably find it helpful as well. And give us a thumbs up on our video efforts, and if you can, donate some crypto, man. We're not taking cash, man. Cash is on the way out, so we're just asking for crypto here and there. All right, that turned into a nice little commercial. If you're over 30 and a little bit flabby and a little bit fluffy and want to learn how you can get into better condition, stronger, more endurance, a little bit tougher, then hit me up, Noxoma at protonmail.com. I can help you out, a little bit of consulting and some tips and maybe even some coaching. It's always been the case that one group or another of human beings are trying to decide who's been on this planet the longest. I guess the idea is a kind of a first come, first serve kind of mentality. Like if your group or tribe or race was here first, you have more rights to the resources that are in the ground. That's just what it seems like to me. I've been watching a bunch of these videos that trace history back beyond what conventional archaeology or anthropology considers to be the original inhabitants of a particular place. There's a video series that I watched called Skeletons in the Cupboard, and it has to do with the people who were in New Zealand before the Maoris showed up, and that science and anthropology don't want to acknowledge this because their history has been passed down orally. It's a 3-part series. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. I recommend it. It's fascinating, and it might even give you some insights of your own history. So that link will be in the description box. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. Hey, welcome back to the Fresh Start 2022 Walking Challenge. Have you got your walk in today? Would you like to participate? All you have to do is go out and take a walk for 20 or more minutes and let us know about it in the comments. If you're taking advantage of the audio book of the month club and are indulging in the creature from Jekyll Island, you will learn, if you don't know already, about what's called fractional reserve banking. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but let's say, for instance, that you're a bank, and well, maybe I am spoiling it. So you're a bank and you have $1,000 worth of cash in the bank. With fractional reserve banking, you only need to have a fraction of that cash in the bank in order for you to make loans, right? And I think the standard today may be as much as 10%, right? So if you have $1,000 in your bank, cash, that means you can loan out 9 times the amount of that cash. All right, that's basically fractional reserve banking. And if you're intrigued or confused by my explanation, then go to the links and read the audiobook. Now, with that banking example in mind, what if everyone in the country kind of flipped that over and did kind of a fractional reserve spending? Now, many people may already do this. This is why they're in debt. For example, you have a bank account that has $30,000 in the account, right? And based on that bank account, you get a credit card. And with that credit card, you spend 90% of your cash reserve in the bank, which comes out to like $270,000. How long do you think you could get away with doing that before you're put in jail or have to declare bankruptcy? So when you absorb the creature from Jekyll Island, your whole perspective on banking, on politics, on government, on the United States, on the economy will change. And that might be a warning. There may be those of you out there who don't want to know this. You're on a path and it's an incline, so you're kind of walking up a hill. You see this boulder coming at you, and it's getting closer and closer and closer, and you don't know what to do. If this boulder hits you, you're surely going to die. So you start listening to a lot of advice from mainstream media, alternative media, underground media, and maybe your ancestors. So some of them will tell you that hold your hands out, you'll be able to stop it. Others tell you get some rocks, throw the rocks at it. You'll be able to divert its path. Others tell you you just do. Say your prayers, believe in Jesus. And then finally, it comes to you. Just step out of the way. Avoidance is an art, my friends. There's much talk this week about an actuarial study by an insurance company out of Indiana that reveals that they're seeing a rise, an alarming rise in deaths since the vaccine has been introduced. Certainly this must be simply a coincidence, and you cannot draw or infer any kind of causality to the quacks, to the serum. But you know, it's just another reason for me to wait and see. Looking back over the last year of episodes, I've noticed that some of these end rather abruptly. I will bring it right up to the 15-minute or 15:15 mark and not have the opportunity, or not take the opportunity, to properly close with my signature parting salutation. Living is the best part of life. Until the next episode, guys, be well, be safe, start healing, and join all of our challenges, especially the Fresh Start walking challenge.